The galaxy was silent, too silent for comfort. Far beyond the known star systems, in the cold darkness of space, the alien council gathered, their eyes fixed on the glowing blue dot of a tiny planet called Earth. For centuries, humans had been nothing more than a curiosity, small, fragile creatures living on a backwater planet, yet there was something different about them, something the council had never fully understood. "This is risky," hissed Zorath, the oldest of the alien leaders, his three eyes narrowing. "They are primitive, yes, but unpredictable. No species has survived angering humans before." The others shook their heads in disagreement, confident in their advanced weapons and strategies, confident that the galaxy's oldest rule, never provoke humans, was still just an old warning, not a law they needed to follow. Meanwhile, on Earth, the humans went about their lives, unaware of the eyes watching them from millions of kilometers away, unaware that their decisions, their small acts of curiosity, were about to trigger events no one could stop. On the edge of the forbidden system, a small human ship drifted silently through the darkness, its hull scratched and worn from years of exploration, yet its sensors were sharp, its engines efficient, its crew calm. Captain Aaron, a young but fearless human, stared at the stars through the cockpit window, feeling a chill that had nothing to do with the cold of space. "We shouldn't be here," murmured Lyra, the ship's science officer, her fingers dancing over the control panel. "This is alien territory. If they see us..." Aaron smiled faintly, a smile full of determination. "Let them see us. Let them underestimate us. That's their mistake." Unbeknownst to them, the alien council had already noticed the ship, and their curiosity turned to suspicion, then to fear. "How can they survive in that system?" whispered Zorath, his tentacles trembling. "No other species could survive the radiation alone, and yet, they move forward, calm, confident, almost as if they belonged there." A low alarm echoed through the council chamber, warning them of human activity near a restricted energy field, a field that could destroy any ship that crossed it. "Shields up," ordered Zalera, another council member, her voice sharp, yet betraying the slightest edge of doubt. "Prepare to intercept, but, proceed with caution. The rule exists for a reason." Back on the human ship, Aaron's crew had no idea of the council's panic, only focused on their mission, exploration, mapping unknown sectors, understanding alien technology if they could. Suddenly, the ship's sensors detected something unusual, a wave of energy approaching fast, almost like a warning, yet it moved too deliberately to be accidental. Lyra's hands froze on the controls. "Captain, we're not alone," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, fear threading her tone. Aaron nodded, eyes steady. "I know. Keep calm. That's what they don't expect." From the shadows of space, alien ships emerged, sleek, dark, with energy weapons gleaming, encircling the humans with precision. The human crew's hearts raced, yet Aaron's calmness set the tone. "They think they can scare us. They have no idea what they're facing." The first shot fired, a warning blast that could have destroyed a lesser ship, yet the humans maneuvered with skill and speed that shocked the aliens. In the council chamber, panic replaced arrogance. "They are learning, adapting, instantly." Zorath shouted, his voice echoing, "How can they change so fast? No other species evolves like this." The humans, aware of the danger but unafraid, executed maneuvers the aliens had never seen before, dodging energy blasts, countering with small but clever attacks, showing that survival was not just about power but intelligence. As the standoff continued, the alien leaders realized they had made the galaxy's deadliest mistake, underestimating humans, angering them, pushing them into a corner. The silence of the galaxy was broken by the low hum of engines, the crackle of energy weapons, and the calm, determined voices of humans who refused to be intimidated. "You see that?" whispered one young alien observer to another. "They are not afraid. They are not afraid at all." Aaron glanced at the stars, her eyes glinting with resolve. "We're ready. Let them come." And in that moment, the galaxy learned a lesson it had never learned before. Humans, though small, fragile, and underestimated, were not to be enraged, for their fury was swift, clever, and unstoppable. The stars seemed to hold their breath, watching the humans who dared step where no one had dared before, a tiny ship in a vast galaxy, carrying the promise of a force no alien could ignore. Somewhere deep in space, the oldest rule of the galaxy, never provoke humans, was about to be tested, and the consequences would echo across worlds. For the humans, it was just another day of exploration, another challenge to overcome, but for the galaxy, it was the beginning of a reckoning, a silent storm that no one saw coming. And as the humans prepared for the next move, the alien council whispered in fear, knowing that this small, underestimated species would change the course of the galaxy forever. The stars shimmered, the darkness seemed alive, and the galaxy waited for the humans' next move, unaware that what was about to happen would shatter every expectation, every assumption, every rule. For humans were never meant to be angry, and yet, here they were, calm, clever, unstoppable. And the galaxy had just made its deadliest mistake. The human ship glided through the dark expanse, its engines whispering across the void. Captain Aaron's eyes scanned the instruments, every blip and wave of energy noted with precision, yet she felt a tension that was impossible to ignore, a feeling that the galaxy itself was watching. Lyra touched the console lightly, her fingers trembling just slightly. "Captain, those ships back there, they're still tracking us, but their movements are hesitant." Aaron smiled faintly, a calm that belied the danger surrounding them. "Good. Hesitant means they don't understand what we're capable of. That's their first mistake." Meanwhile, in the alien command fleet, the leaders argued fiercely, their voices sharp and urgent. "They adapt too fast," Zalera snapped, pacing in front of the holographic display. "Every tactic we try, they counter it instantly. It's unnatural." Zoratha's tentacles twitched nervously. "This species, they learn from everything, every attack, every maneuver. Nothing in the galaxy behaves like this. We cannot predict them." For the humans, the encounter was a challenge, but not a threat. Every alien tactic was like a puzzle, and they solved it with quiet intelligence and teamwork. Aaron issued orders in a low, steady voice. "Lyra, scan their fleet. Find a weakness. Every ship has one. Marcos, prep the defense shields. Keep us ready, but stay calm. That's key." As the humans analyzed the alien fleet, strange phenomena began to appear around them, subtle distortions in space, energy readings that defied their understanding, yet they remained focused, adapting quickly. The aliens watched in disbelief as the humans used their environment, turning cosmic anomalies into shields, using asteroid debris as cover, exploiting gravitational waves to increase speed. They're using the universe itself against us," hissed a junior officer in the alien fleet, pale and trembling. "No species should think like this." But humans were not thinking like anyone else. They were improvising, analyzing, surviving, and thriving, a combination no alien had ever encountered. Aaron glanced at Lyra. "We're safe for now, but they'll try something bolder. Expect the unexpected. Always." And as if on cue, a sudden beam of energy shot from the largest alien ship, cutting through the darkness like lightning, aimed directly at the human vessel. Marcos shouted, "Incoming!" Evasive maneuvers. The humans twisted and turned, their ship dancing through space with a precision that made the alien fleet hesitate, unsure how to respond. Every move the humans made was both daring and careful, each decision calculated yet creative, forcing the aliens to pause, to rethink, to doubt everything they knew about strategy and war. In the alien council chamber, the leaders were in turmoil, their arrogance shattered, their confidence replaced by fear. How can they do this?" Zalera whispered, staring at the live feed. "No species in our history could counter every attack, adapt every second. We've never seen anything like it." Zoratha's eyes narrowed, dark thoughts forming. "We underestimated them. We have made the deadliest mistake of our existence." Back on the human ship, Aaron allowed herself a small smile, her crew's calm and determination echoing her own. "They're tense. They're scared." "Good," she said softly, almost to herself. "Fear clouds judgment. And we're ready." The tension in space thickened as both sides paused, circling each other in a silent dance of strategy and patience. For humans, patience was a weapon, intelligence a shield, and ingenuity their sword. For the aliens, every hesitation, every miscalculation, brought them closer to a truth they could not escape: they were not dealing with a primitive species anymore. The humans were something new, something unpredictable, a force that challenged centuries of galactic rules and arrogance. And somewhere, deep in the shadows of the alien fleet, Zorith whispered, "We should have listened, we should have left them alone." But it was too late. The humans had already shown they would not be intimidated, they would not be controlled, and they would not be stopped. And as the first sparks of real conflict approached, the galaxy seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see what these small, underestimated humans would do next. Because one thing was already clear: humans did not just survive danger, they changed it, they turned it into their advantage. And every alien who watched knew that the game had changed forever. For this was not just a ship in space, not just a species exploring unknown territories. It was the beginning of a reckoning, a subtle, silent storm that would shake the stars. And the humans, calm, clever, unstoppable, were already at its center, ready for whatever came next. The silence of space shattered with sudden bursts of light. The alien ships swarmed the human vessel, weapons charged and targeting systems locked, their movements precise, cold, and terrifying. Captain Erin's hands moved calmly over the controls, her eyes scanning the display: "Prepare evasive maneuvers. Stay focused, stay sharp." Lyra's fingers flew across the panels, analyzing energy patterns. "They've adjusted their firing sequences. They know our speed, but not our strategy." Erin's lips curved into a small, confident smile. "Then let's give them a lesson they won't forget." The humans twisted and turned, weaving through the alien fleet with a combination of speed and unpredictability. Energy blasts tore through space where their ship had been seconds before, the aliens' attacks precise, yet always one step behind. Marcos shouted, "They're tracking our patterns. Every move we make, they try to copy it." Erin's voice remained calm, steady, "Exactly what we want. Let them learn. Every misstep they make is their weakness." For the first time, the aliens began to realize that this was not a simple skirmish. They were facing a species that learned in real time, adapting faster than any strategy they had ever created. The largest alien ship fired a massive pulse, designed to crush the humans instantly, but Lyra calculated its trajectory in seconds, redirecting their shields to turn the energy back as a counter. The aliens gasped in disbelief as their own attack slammed into one of their smaller ships, destroying it instantly. How is this possible?" Zorith growled, his voice shaking. They used our own energy against us." Erin's voice cut through the tension like steel. "They should never have tried to scare us," she muttered, more to herself than anyone else, her eyes calm, unwavering. The humans had no desire to destroy the aliens, they only wanted to survive, to prove that they could not be underestimated, yet every move they made caused chaos among the fleet. Small bursts of human ingenuity, like using the gravitational pull of a nearby asteroid to swing around and hit the alien ships at impossible angles, left the aliens scrambling, unprepared and frustrated. Even the young alien pilots whispered in fear to each other, "We've never seen a species react this fast. No species, nothing like this exists in the galaxy." The humans' calm, clever tactics made it clear, this was not just survival, this was strategy born of instinct and intelligence, a force the aliens could not comprehend. Erin's eyes scanned the battlefield, calculating, predicting, adapting faster than anyone could follow. "Hold steady. One final move. Watch carefully." Lyra tilted her head, unsure. "Captain, are you sure?" Erin nodded. "They think they've cornered us. Now we turn the tables." With precise timing, the human ship executed a series of maneuvers so intricate that the aliens could not predict them, dodging attacks while simultaneously pushing the alien ships into their own fire. One by one, smaller alien ships collided, disabled by their own weapons, their advanced technology rendered useless by the humans' clever use of environment, speed, and unpredictability. The alien council watched in horror, their centuries of experience, knowledge, and technology crumbling under the force of something they could not understand. Zorith whispered in disbelief, We've never faced anything like this. They are different, more than we imagined. On the human ship, Aaron's crew barely flinched, calm in the chaos, their hearts racing but their minds focused. This is only the beginning, she said softly, her eyes glinting with determination. They think they control the galaxy. We'll show them who really adapts. And for the first time, the galaxy realized the truth. Humans were not just survivors. They were unpredictable, clever, unstoppable, a force that could turn fear into advantage, a species that no alien could ever underestimate. As the human ship slipped through the remnants of the alien assault, the council whispered in fear, We have made the deadliest mistake in history, provoking humans. The stars seemed to shimmer with tension, the darkness of space alive with possibility. And somewhere in that vast, infinite galaxy, humans were already preparing for what came next, calm, clever, and unstoppable. Because when humans were cornered, they did not panic, they evolved, adapted, and struck in ways no one had imagined. And the aliens, for the first time in millennia, understood that the galaxy had changed forever. The humans had shown their first true power, but this was only the beginning. And the echoes of this confrontation would ripple across the stars, shaping the fate of all who dared to challenge them. For humans were never meant to be angry, and when they were underestimated, the galaxy paid the price. The alien fleet trembled, their confidence shattered. The humans had survived the first attack, but now, they were ready to take the initiative. Captain Aaron's eyes flickered over the console, her calm presence radiating through the ship. Lyra, scan for weak points in their formation. Marcos, prepare the adaptive shields. Everyone else, stay sharp, she ordered, her voice steady, commanding, yet almost serene. The aliens watched with disbelief as the humans moved, not in panic, but with deliberate precision, turning the chaos of the previous battle into opportunity. They are, not just surviving. They are, planning, Zalera whispered, pale and shaken, no species has ever done this, no species has. Aaron's ship accelerated, weaving through the remnants of the alien formation, using every asteroid, every gravitational pull, every fragment of debris as cover. Then came the first strike, not with massive weapons, but with clever improvisation. Humans launched small drones, invisible at first, programmed to mimic alien maneuvers, creating confusion in the enemy ranks. The alien ships hesitated, firing at shadows, miscalculating every move, their advanced systems unable to distinguish real threats from illusions. Marcos grinned, they can't tell which are real, we're ghosts. Aaron's eyes glimmered, exactly. Let them chase shadows while we control the battlefield. The humans struck with precision, targeting weak points in the alien fleet, disabling engines, cutting communications, sowing chaos without risking themselves unnecessarily. Every move they made was unexpected, impossible to predict, a combination of intuition, analysis, and instinct. In the council chamber, Zoritha's tentacles twitched violently. They are not following logic. Every attack we planned, they turn it back on us. The human ship spun in an elegant arc, narrowly avoiding a concentrated energy beam, and in that instant, Aaron issued the counterattack. Fire the plasma nets. Time it with the gravitational shift. The nets shot forward, ensnaring several alien ships in a web of energy, immobilizing them instantly, leaving the rest of the fleet in disarray. Lyra's voice was calm, almost awed, Captain, they don't know what hit them. Every move we make, they fall behind. The aliens struggled to regroup, their pride replaced by panic, their centuries of tactics crumbling under the humans' relentless adaptability. Zalera clenched her claws, we cannot win. Every strategy fails, every assumption, wrong. Aaron's gaze was steady, her hand resting lightly on the controls. They thought they could intimidate us. They thought they could corner us. But we are humans. We adapt. Then came the boldest move of all, the human ship split into multiple small pods, each identical in appearance, each moving unpredictably, forcing the alien fleet to divide, weakening their formation further. For the first time, some alien pilots froze in confusion, unable to decide which human ship to target, which path to follow, which threat was real. Zoratha's voice shook with fear. We've underestimated them, completely underestimated. The humans moved as one, yet each acted independently, turning the battlefield into a living puzzle the aliens could not solve. Erin smiled faintly. This is the galaxy's deadliest mistake, she whispered, almost to herself, yet the words carried a weight that echoed through space. The alien fleet faltered under the relentless pressure, and one by one, ships were disabled or forced to retreat, the humans not just surviving, but dominating the encounter without breaking their own code. The stars themselves seemed to watch in silence, witnessing the rise of a species that no one had expected, a force that combined intelligence, courage, and adaptability in ways the galaxy had never seen. And as the human ship glided past the remnants of the alien assault, Captain Erin looked at her crew, calm and resolute. We've won this round. But the galaxy is watching. And they will come again. Lyra nodded. Let them come. We're ready. The alien council whispered among themselves, terror etched on every face. We cannot control them, we cannot predict them, this is impossible. And somewhere, far from the remnants of the battlefield, a small blue planet continued to spin in silence, unaware that its children had already changed the rules of the galaxy forever. Humans had not only survived, they had struck back, turning fear into advantage, improvisation into strategy, and chaos into victory. The galaxy would never forget this day, the day humans proved they were not to be underestimated. For when humans were cornered, they did not panic, they did not surrender. They adapted, they struck, and they conquered the impossible. And the echoes of their actions would ripple through every star system, every council chamber, and every species in the galaxy. Because one lesson was clear, never enrage humans. And now, the galaxy was beginning to understand why. The remnants of the alien fleet drifted silently through space, damaged and shaken. But the humans were not slowing, not even for a moment. Captain Erin's eyes scanned the battlefield, calm and calculating. We've shown them what humans can do, she said softly, almost to herself, but we're not done yet. Lyra studied the readings. Captain, there's a signal from the council, they're trying to regroup, prepare a massive attack. Erin nodded. Let them. We've learned their weakness. Patience and precision will be our allies. The stars seemed to shimmer strangely, as if the universe itself paused to watch the next move. From deep within the alien command fleet, Zorath barked orders, his 3 eyes glowing with anger. Surround them. Leave no escape. This species cannot survive against all of us. But the humans were already several steps ahead. Using their knowledge of gravitational currents, cosmic debris, and even the alien ship's own communication signals, they manipulated the battlefield with surgical precision. Small drones darted like sparks of light, disabling engines and weapons without a single human on board taking unnecessary risk. The aliens could not anticipate the humans' tactics, every move a surprise, every strategy unpredictable, every decision intelligent and precise. Captain, they've never seen anything like this, Lyra whispered, awe threading her tone. They're helpless against us. Erin's lips curved in a calm smile. Then let's end this without unnecessary destruction. They need to understand humans are not a threat to provoke, they are a force to respect. With perfect timing, the humans executed a maneuver that trapped the largest alien ships in a gravitational snare, immobilizing them completely. Zorath and the other council members watched in horror as their fleet faltered, unable to break free from human ingenuity. We've made a catastrophic error, Zorath muttered, the weight of their mistake heavy in his voice. The humans did not attack recklessly, they displayed dominance with minimal aggression, showing that intelligence, adaptation, and cleverness were far more dangerous than sheer firepower. Marcos leaned back in his seat, grinning. They didn't see that coming, not a single one of them. Erin's gaze remained fixed on the stars, calm yet piercing. They will remember this day, she whispered, every species, every council, every corner of the galaxy will remember that humans cannot be underestimated. And as the alien fleet retreated, battered and humbled, the humans set course back to the unknown sectors, not as conquerors, but as explorers, as survivors, as a species that had shown its true strength. The galaxy had learned a lesson it could never forget. And yet, even in victory, humans knew this was only the beginning. For the echoes of their actions would spread, whispers traveling across star systems, alien species reconsidering their arrogance, councils rewriting centuries of assumptions. Somewhere, in the darkest reaches of space, other forces watched and waited, curious, cautious, aware that humans had changed the balance forever. Erin looked at her crew, calm but determined. We've survived, we've won, but the galaxy is wide, and there's much more to discover, much more to prove. Lyra nodded. Then we go forward. We adapt, we explore, we endure. The human ship glided smoothly into the vast unknown, leaving behind a galaxy that would never look at humans the same way again. For in every corner of the stars, the legend was beginning: humans were clever, relentless, unpredictable. And one day, the galaxy would realize that underestimating them was the deadliest mistake anyone could make. The stars shimmered, the void seemed alive, and humanity's story was only beginning. A story of survival, ingenuity, and the unstoppable force of humans who had been underestimated for far too long. And the galaxy would remember it forever.